As the autumn nights begin to properly draw in, there seems to be no slowing down in the tablet and e-paper world. I've got quite a few things to cover this episode, so hello everyone and welcome back to the Weekly Spark, powered in part by my friendly AI agent. It's Friday the 17th of October, let's get cracking. So the biggest news in the tablet world is that Apple finally showed off its new M5 iPad Pro, which is available for pre-order now and will ship next week. The question is it worth upgrading from the N4 model? Well, let's look at what's new. The M5 is Apple's latest silicon, featuring a next generation architecture with the most noticeable gains coming from the GPU, which now includes neural accelerators, similar to those in the A19 chip used in the iPhone 17. Apple claims that these enable GPU-based AI workloads to perform up to 4 times faster than on last year's M4. The CPU is faster too, a suggested 15% increase. Not mind-blowing, but still very nice to have. And depending on storage configuration, the M5 iPad Pro offers up to a 10-core GPU and 10-core CPU, with lower models dropping 1 CPU core. The neural engine still sits at 16 cores, but it's faster and more efficient, though Apple hasn't specified exact numbers. In practical terms, that means faster on-device AI features like background removal in photos, better photo enhancement, and real-time transcription, for example. RAM and storage have been improved. 256GB and 512GB models now include 12GB of memory. That's up from 8GB in the M4. While the 1TB and 2TB versions stay at 16GB. Apple also reports faster unified memory bandwidth, now at 150GB per second. That's nearly 30% faster than before, with storage read-write speeds that are roughly twice as fast. And for the first time, the iPad Pro supports fast charging, up to 50% in 35 minutes using Apple's 40-watt dynamic power adapter, or in fact any USB-C charger that's rated 60 watts or higher. Connectivity also sees upgrades. The M5 introduces Apple's new N1 wireless chip, which is bringing Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6 and Thread support, which is a nice step up from the M4's Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. Cellular models now include the C1X 5G modem, which Apple says delivers up to 50% faster speeds and up to 30% better power efficiency for heavy cellular users. External support has been expanded too. I mean, you still can't use more than one external display, but the new iPad Pro can drive 120Hz external monitors and now supports adaptive sync for smoother motion and reduced latency when gaming or editing. Otherwise, little else has changed. The design and dimensions are identical. The display is the same Ultra Retina XDR panel, and the cameras are unchanged. Not that I use them much myself, except for maybe scanning the odd document. Prices remain the same, $999 for the 11-inch and $1,299 for the 13-inch model. Accessories, including the Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil, are unchanged. Now, if you already own an M4 iPad Pro, there's probably very little reason to upgrade unless you want the faster AI processing or that improved wireless performance. But if you're coming from an older model, maybe this is the time to upgrade. So alongside the other M5 powered devices Apple unveiled, like the MacBook Pro and Vision Pro, it is a big week for Apple users. Over in Kindle land, Amazon quietly updated the FAQ section for the Colorsoft, confirming something that's already obvious to most of us. Kaleido 3 color screens use a color filter layer that effectively halves the sharpness when displaying text, from 300 pixels per inch in monochrome to around 150 ppi in color. Now, this isn't new, but Amazon has now explicitly stated it in writing outside of the spec sheet for the first time. It's a useful clarification, I think, for ordinary folks rather than geeks like me. So Amazon have now made it clear that while the Coloursoft still offers strong readability, and I personally don't have an issue with it, the crispiest black and white text still will come from a standard Paperwhite or Scribe. Eazeye, if that's how you say it, has just announced the Paper 2, a next generation 10.3-inch reflective LCD tablet. It pairs a 1920 by 1440 reflective LCD running at 60 Hz with an ultra high reflectivity layer that reduces glare and boosts contrast, creating a genuinely paper-like reading experience indoors or outdoors. Unlike a standard LCD, it uses ambient light instead of a backlight, and an adjustable low blue front light helps in dim conditions without ruining that paper-like effect. Under the hood, the Paper 2 runs on a MediaTek Helio G99 processor with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which you can expand via microSD up to 1TB. It includes Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1, speaker, and a microphone with a physical mute switch, USB-C port, and a 6000 mAh battery that lasts for about 15 hours with the light on, 67 hours for reading with it off. Running Android 14 with full Google Play support, it lets you install apps, annotate PDFs, and take handwritten notes with the included stylus. Built-in voice-first AI handles transcription, Q&A, and voice notes, with privacy features baked in at the hardware and software level. The device is available for pre-order for around $379, which includes a tablet, stylus, and folio case at roughly 55% off full retail price. UK availability hasn't been confirmed yet. Onyx Boox has announced a live stream launch for the 21st of October. The company says it will reveal new e-paper devices, one of which will feature a colour display. Now, this could be the global debut of the Boox P6 Pro series that they recently launched in China. It's safe to expect at least one colour device, maybe a new Note Air Model 2. Anyway, we'll know for sure when the live stream goes live on the 21st. Not every new device is getting glowing reviews. Good e-reader tested the reMarkable Paper Pro Move, that's the 7.3-inch model using the e-ink Gallery 3 colour tech, and thought it too slow and too washed out. The dual-core processor and 2GB of RAM just can't keep up, they say. Well, personally, I haven't found it to be quite as much of a problem as they suggest. I use my reMarkable Paper Pro Move daily and find it perfectly fine for note-taking. Or maybe that's just me trying to justify what I paid for it. Kobo has announced a new Bluetooth page turner, the Kobo Remote, which arrives on the 4th of November. It's priced at $24.99 in the UK or $29.99 in the US and comes in both black and white versions. Kobo says it will pair instantly with any Bluetooth-enabled Kobo e-reader, including current and several older models with just a single button press. Though don't bother trying to pair this with your Kindle, as they use Bluetooth for audio only. The Kobo Remote uses a single AAA battery, supports Bluetooth 5.0, weighs around 36 grams and features two buttons for page forward and page back. Kobo also notes that it works with Kobo audiobooks, though with limited controls. It might be a bit pricey for what it does, but for dedicated Kobo fans and those who need something like this for accessibility reasons, it's a welcome addition and a more seamless option than some third-party remotes. And that's it for this week. Apple's M5 iPad Pro has clearly stolen the spotlight, but we've also seen fresh competition from across the e-paper world, from Onyx teasing its new devices ahead of the 21st October event to RLCD tablets like the Eazeye Paper 2, showing that the paper-like category is broadening fast. Are you going to take the plunge with Apple's M5 iPad Pro or buy the considerably cheaper Kobo page turner? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this roundup, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with others who love tech. You can also support the channel and help me keep doing this by buying me a digital coffee. So you can scan that QR code or use the link in the description. Thanks for watching. My name is Mark from the Weekly Spark, and I'll see you again very soon.